Howdy friends, I'm Jared. This is omnivorebladeworks, January 31st, I think, 2022. Man, time's going by so fast. Second year of the, what's it called? Confinement. Second year of COVID isolation. That's it, yeah. Anyway, things are ridiculous. Hope everybody keeps the faith, and it'll all be over eventually. Hopefully. Got some things to show you. I've got too many projects in this shop, but I'm going to focus on the knife making side of things. I've been working on the sheath concept for the gununting, which is called the binturong. I think that's the Philippine bear cat. Anyway, the concept is going to be so that you have this X harness on your back, which is made out of Kydex, and it has a standoff panel, so the inside of the sheath will have these little honeycomb looking standoff panels, and they will be fixed in their orientation. There'll be a hole in the middle. There's also going to be a hole in the middle of this one, so, and there may or may not be all these holes already drilled for you. The idea of it being that you'll be able to adjust the height of this panel in your little harness, like a little backpack. You'll be able to bolt in the middle hole, and then you'll be able to rotate that hole according to where you want to put it. Now, the reason this has got two standoffs on it is so that you can turn it the other way around, not on your back, but down on your leg, and do exactly the same thing on a drop leg holster. The difference between the production version that's going to have this hole in the top of the hilt for lanyard or quick release sling swivel, and also have that thumb shelf. The difference in the sheath is just going to be in this spacer right here. All I'm going to do is 3D print a different spacer that will fit in this zone. Otherwise, it'll be the same. The reason I did these ones, the first prototypes, as you can see, is because I didn't have the milling machine running and I couldn't do the features on the inside of this hole that I wanted to do. So as soon as this old Bridgeport gets back up and running, I'll have some more and we'll do the production version. The latch mechanism I'm kind of excited about. This is a little 3D printed wedge, and it's going to screw onto the Kydex so that it's oriented like this. And then what you're going to do when you reach your hand around your back is you're going to unlock it, you're going to push this out with your finger. And you see this like acts like a little sear. So it's going to be gripping a hold of the bottom of this guard just with the tension from the Kydex. There might end up being a little rib in here to make that a little stiffer. I'm going to have to try a couple of experiments to see how stiff it is, and then that'll just get bolted on, and it'll be like a little positive retention lock. So that'll be the initial. This is optional too. The initial grip is going to be from the handle being gripped by the Kydex, but since we only have the last fasteners up here, that may not have enough clamping force or pinching force to do the job. That's why I'm adding on this thing. And this is just concept prototype right now on paper. Hopefully it'll work out. If you have suggestions, let me know. And of course the blade will come out the front, so you'll draw down away from that spacer and then be able to rotate it out and down, and hopefully not chop your buttocks off. And then let's see, I forgot. No malice clips. I can't remember. Maybe there's going to be 1.5 inch spacing on these guys. You know, I should be working instead of explaining this crap. Anyway, I've got a few little custom AEBL blades that I never finished up sheaths for, so that's what they're sitting out. I want to get them done so I can sell them. Back here, all my heat treated blades came back. So I have this huge table full of heat treated blades, all different shapes and sizes, old stuff, new stuff, ridiculous stuff. And there's 3V, they're the shiny ones, and then the darker ones are 1095, and then these two broadsword bastard swords are to 5160. So looking forward to getting these done. Also have a 10mm long slide that I've been trying to finish up for myself, so if I ever go meet a bear, I'll have a way to defend myself against a bear. And then these are the handle scales for some of those blades on the table, and then the little paperweights, which are conceptually done but not totally done. And then back in the grinding room, I have 4 more of those bastard swords at a 3V that I'll be able to grind. Pretty pleased with how the heat treat turned out. And then here's some old Fister's hatchets that I'm going to paint to match. And one of the improvements I've done on, well, I think it's an improvement, is to add in this little bevel on top so you can limb a tree from down low, kind of like my tomahawk. Anyway, I'm going to do that on the big one too, and then paint them all like olive drab or something cool. Need to clean my room. Anyway, also these little miniature or slender gladiuses, I gotta make guards for them and sheaths, and then they'll be ready to go. This one's gonna get some kind of a really cool spalted maple burl handle, stabilized maple. I already have the material, so that's gonna be really cool. I might keep that one. Haven't messed with the bandsaw yet. What else have I got? I guess I should show you the armory, because there's still some things hanging on the wall, and it would be nice to sell a few things. Still some tomahawks remaining. Yeah, I got some tomahawks, one spoken for, the rest are tan. Like I got 3 black ones, 2 black ones, 1 gray one on a Magnum Mamba, and some other tan Anubis tomahawk. So those are all pretty much available for sale, as well as the old Kodiak with the S-guard. Some French guy ordered that and never bought it. My friend Jeff sent me these Barong machetes that he made, except they did not look like this when they arrived. They looked very crude, but I don't want something coming out of the shop that looks very crude. So he wanted me to sharpen them, but it ended up being a complete regrind, and the handles that he had on them were really horrible. So I took some scrap South American hardwood and made him some grips. He already had these sheaths with them, so they matched. They turned out pretty cool. And then this is the last direwolf, which is AEBL carbon fiber grip. I still got to do a little bit more work on it, and this sheath is green. I may or may not have a buyer for that, but I'm gonna have to go back over it with the coatings probably, or maybe I'll just shine it up. Maybe it'll all end up being stainless steel. That way I don't have to tape off anything. Maybe I'll bead blast it. I don't know. It's AEBL, but if you get water underneath grips, it will rust. Even so, the brass liners help balance it a little better. It's very fast, very, very fast. That's why I wanted to keep it. I think that when I come back and do this design again, I might change the hilt just a little bit so there's more room for the pin to go into the hilt without having to fiddle with it as much. And I might, I don't know, the concept, I love the concept. The execution is pretty good. There's just a few little things that I discovered about it that might consider improving before I make them again. But when I do make them again, I got some 3/16 3V sitting there on the floor. So that'll be a hell of a knife once it's made out of that stuff. All right, well, that's all I have for you for now. It was a 10-minute video. Hope you weren't too bored. Like I said, if you want anything on that wall behind me, just send me an email, sressentials@gmail.com, and we'll try to hook you up. If you've been waiting on something like out of the pile from the back table, that's going to be a while because I'm full-time dad right now, and it's a very limited amount of time I actually get to spend in the shop because I'm dealing with a fussy baby. She's asleep now. All right. See you next month, maybe sooner. All right. Bye.